Hello and welcome to another update video about AVAX. AVAX is really holding strong at the moment. I see it as a consolidation and possibly a corrective wave 2. So I'm going to zoom in a minute. Let's first remind ourselves of the structures that we have on this chart, the different scenarios. Let's go to the daily time frame. And here we can see basically three scenarios. Okay, and I'll tell you which one is the one that is currently relevant first, and then what are the alternatives. So we have two scenarios. One allows for a shallow pullback only, or yeah, basically allows only for a shallow pullback. One allows for a deep pullback, or two actually allow for a deep pullback. So first of all, you can see the scenario in orange. This is definitely the one that is currently relevant until it breaks, because this is the one that will be basically tested next in the nearest support region. I have to say again that this chart doesn't have the clearest microstructure, but because we can now identify a possible 5-wave move to the upside, it allows for different interpretations. And I also tell you which level needs to break so that we can distinguish between the two scenarios, or when the chart would clarify its intentions. Because when certain levels break, the chart will tell us, okay, it's rather this or rather that roadmap that the price is likely going to follow. So we have three scenarios. At the moment, they are all possible, and I think they are all likely. However, the orange one is obviously at the moment the preference, because this is the one that will be tested first in case of any pullback. So in this scenario, we have from the October low, a so-called A wave to the upside. Now that's valid and relevant for the yellow as well as the orange scenario. I just didn't add another orange wave A. So this was the top at around $51 that formed in December. Then we had actually quite a shallow pullback in wave B, that is the orange scenario. And we could indeed now be moving in wave C to the upside, which should be like this, yeah. And the C wave is a 5-wave pattern. So we possibly completed or nearly completed wave 1 of C. And this is where the microstructure gets a little bit messy, because the C wave can be an ending diagonal in which the subwaves are ABC structures, which doesn't give us a great edge because we're moving up and down in corrective structures. So we actually need a little bit more price data to get really confidence in this scenario. But then we should be able to move up and follow the pathway higher. And if we just measure the length of the A wave, then we go to the low of the B wave. And then a typical target, for a C wave is the 100% extension level. That doesn't really seem necessarily long enough to complete the entire structure. But as I said, I'm not very confident in this microstructure as it is. So it's, yeah, I will change my opinion probably a few times here about the microstructure, but I can offer you support that you can use to, stay on the right side of the trend. And I mean, $108 is the 78.6 fib level. Yeah, that's normally not really too relevant for a C wave. More like the 100% extension, $158, or even the 1.236 or 1.38 extensions at $240 or even $309. So just keep that in mind, and it's important to understand, okay, what is the relevant support level that now needs to hold to keep this scenario alive? It is here highlighted in orange. Between $32.76 and $46.92. This is between the 78.6 retracement and the 38.2 retracements. And we have an A wave down. So obviously the idea would be in this scenario, we can allow for the idea that this is an ABC structure to the upside in wave 1. Which could mean we see a deeper pullback now, but it's just holding so well. So the idea would be that this could be a wave 1. We're now in a wave 2 pullback, which is an ABC structure. Zooming in, it seems as if this B wave is unfolding as a triangle. So we had the A wave down, which looks like a 3-wave move at the moment. So it could also be a WXY, but the sideways range looks like a triangle, and then the C wave to the downside could follow next. And it might take us into the middle of the orange support region, but support levels are $32.76, $38, $42.25, and $46.92. And as long as they are holding, the focus can be on higher in the orange scenario. And we could reach those targets that I mentioned just a moment ago. However, when will this scenario become far less likely? It will become far less likely with a break below $32.76 and will be formally invalidated with a break below $27.40. Seems far-fetched, but possible to get there. At the moment, AVAX is holding really well. But you need to know the alternatives, and we won't be able to distinguish between them a lot at the moment, but we might do that, or might be able to do that when we see the structure of the decline. So this would be a deeper pullback. It would be either a wave 2 or a B wave in the yellow count. In the white count, we formed 5 waves up into the current high, but then I would prefer to see a deeper pullback in wave 2. Not happened yet. And also in the yellow count, it is possible that the A wave topped here, but that this was an A down, an overshooting B wave. And we're now coming down in wave C next, but also here, no evidence for it yet. So I prefer orange at the moment, but the chart is not so clear, especially on the smaller time frames. So it means I might have to change my opinion going forward, but at least we have some clear levels to watch. And all scenarios are currently bullish, but obviously the yellow support area allows for a deeper pullback. That's my update about AVAX. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.